Hello and welcome to today's Vinyasa yoga class. My name is Olivia and I'm a certified yoga teacher and have personally benefited from yoga quite a bit, and I'm happy to share what I know about the practice with you. I appreciate you being here. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see. And without further ado, we will begin class. If you haven't already, begin to blink your eyes closed. Drop into the moment. Start to pay attention to your breath. On your inhale, breathe in through your nose with your belly expanding. And as you exhale, feel your navel go towards your spine. Inhale, feel your belly expand. Exhale, press out the air through your belly, navel to spine. One more time, in through the nose. Feel the belly rise. And exhale, press it out from your stomach. And just begin to let the breaths take care of themselves. And today's intention is sweeping the garden, and that is such a beautiful way to say finding joy in your work or finding your purpose in your work. And every day is a celebration. Every day we should be grateful for the day, the challenges that the day has to offer, and sweep out what's not working. It's the circle of life. I think a way to make this even more constructive in our society is to think, when we tend our garden, when we practice gratitude, when we practice self-love and self-compassion, and truly allow that to heal us. It's a messy battle, but if it's done with intention, it's a beautiful journey. With all that self-focus, some might see that as somebody who is selfish. It's certainly not selfish to love yourself, because we do all that so we are able to be generous and show up to our relationships as strong members, strong, loving members, as much as we can be. And it's a not so vicious cycle, because it's setting the groundwork for new habits, new ways of thinking, and it is a truly worthwhile journey. So with that said, we'll sit here enjoying the moment for 10 more breaths. Really just begin to drop in mentally. Maybe activating that ujjayi exhale. And if you're not familiar with ujjayi breath, generally it's in through the nose. And as you exhale through the mouth, your throat narrows and makes a wave sound or an ocean sound. Good. With that, we'll start incorporating some movement. So since we just had our shoulders over our hips, maybe you want to awaken your torso a little bit and you shift from side to side. And maybe all together we can start some rainbow waves. So kind of just start moving your arms. Awaken your upper body. Ground down through your sits bones still. And then next time you get over to your left side, you can bring your right hand up and overhead. Look up. Exhale, come back to center. Other side, right hand down, left arm lifts. Look up, come back to center, and we'll bring in the waves. And then once more, we'll plant one hand down, opposite hand comes up and over. Feel that side body stretch. Come on back to center. Second side. Come back to center, arms up. And we will meet in all fours, tabletop position. Here we are, we'll go into some cat-cows, Vidhilasana. So once you find yourself squared with your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees, these are cat-cows. So think of your grip here and try to grip your mat, kind of like a lizard. And then we will drop our belly, lift our chin, look up, kind of letting our udders down low in cow pose. Go through 4 to 5 more times on your own breath and your own movement. Incorporate any movement that you might see fit. And then we'll meet back in tabletop. From here, take one palm to the center, bring the opposite arm up and overhead and feel that opening in your shoulder and your heart. And then come through, thread the needle, drop your elbow, drop your shoulder on the earth, feel that twist. Plant your hand down, press up, come on back, arm sweeps up to the sky, open back up, and come on back to center. Second side, right hand plants, or I guess for me, second side hand plants, opposite arm comes up and overhead. Open up through that left shoulder, and then press that arm through, come down and rest on the opposite shoulder. Feel that twist. And to come out of it, bring that top arm down to plant. Use it to press up. Top arm goes back up to the sky. Open up. And we'll come back into tabletop position. From here, tuck your toes under. Get into that lizard grip I was telling you about. And then lift your kneecaps about an inch, half an inch above the ground. And just sort of warm up the core. Ensure that your shoulders are over your wrists and you have a slight bend in your elbows. For 3, 2, 1, press up into downward facing dog. We'll set ourselves up for success here in this downward facing dog. So build upon that lizard grip, which will really allow you to ground down through your arms, which will carry up into your shoulder blades as well. Think of turning both arms outward. Use that momentum. Press up through your shoulders. We'll be here for 3, 2, 1. On your last exhale, take a walk to the top of your space. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, fold. And then we'll rise on up. Reach your arms up and overhead. Here, now that we are at the top of our space, we'll take a moment feel all 4 corners of your feet planted on the earth. And imagine roots growing up from the earth. And feel that energy coming up from your feet. And kind of allow that surge of energy to swirl within you. And we'll ground down, lift our arms, look up, and exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back to the back edge of your space. Drop your right knee down to the earth. Come on up, low lunge. Start in a pretty aligned state. Your shoulders are over your hips are over your bottom knee. Shoulder blades are relaxed down. And then see if you can rock forward to stretch out that right hip flexor. Do as much as feels right. Swing your arms up overhead. Feel that stretch. And exhale, plant your hands. Tuck your right toes, step your left foot back. Cycle through a vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Left foot stays planted, right leg lifts. Exhale, step your right foot through between your hands. Left leg comes down this time. Again, we will feel the alignment, our shoulders over our hips over our bottom knee. Have your right knee as about a right angle as possible. And then we'll rock forward slowly as much as feels right. Open up that left hip flexor. Slowly bring your arms up and overhead. Look up. And exhale, bring it down. Both hands come down to frame your right foot. Left leg lengthens, right leg steps back. Cycle through a vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. 2 cycles of breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Look between your legs, or look between your hands, walk or hop to the top of your space. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, release. And we'll stand all the way up. Reach your arms up and overhead. Look up. Exhale, bring your hands back to heart center. We'll do that. We'll do a moon salutation once more. This time a little speedier, maybe a few less cues. And yes, so here we go. Inhale, arms swing back and up. Exhale, swan dive forward, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, left or right foot steps back to the back edge of your mat, right knee drops. Arms up in the air, low lunge. Exhale, plant your hands, step your foot back, cycle through a vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Exhale, step your right foot through. Left leg drops. Come on down through a low lunge. Exhale, frame your front foot. Lengthen your left leg. Step back. Cycle through a vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, look between your hands, walk or hop to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, stand all the way up. Reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step both feet back, high plank. Cycle through a vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. 2 cycles of breath here. Inhale, feel your belly expand like a balloon. And exhale, press your navel towards your spine. One more, inhale. Exhale, look between your hands, walk or hop to the top of your space. Standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, stand all the way up. Reach your arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, high plank. Cycle through a vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. 2 cycles of breath here. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, press it out through the belly. Look between your hands. Walk or hop to the top of your space. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, stand all the way up. Reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. We will keep going. Inhale, swing your arms up and overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step both feet back, high plank. Cycle through a vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a slow walk to the top of your space. Standing forward fold. And hang out here. Feel your hamstrings working. Maybe your calves are working, especially after a warm-up. And then we'll stand all the way up, root to rise. Sit down into chair pose. Feel that nice hinge at the hips. A straight line in the back. Your shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. Arms come up. Breathe. And lift, sit deeper into that chair. Lift that right leg up. Wrap it around once or twice. You can use that top leg as a kickstand if you'd like, or wrap it around and balance. Really pull everything energetically to the midline. And come out of it for one breath, only to sit back into chair pose. We will do the second side. Sit a bit deeper. Lift that left leg up. Wrap it around. Use the earth as a kickstand. Bring everything to the midline energetically. And release. Great balance. So if we are standing towards the top of our space, bring your arms back to meet one another, sort of like this. Or if that doesn't work, you can bring both palms together. Whichever works for you. We will step that right foot back. Square your hips forward. Your left foot should be facing the front of your space. Your right foot should be facing at an angle to the right. Square your hips and then begin to hinge only at your hips, keeping that spine long as possible. Spill forward. Drop down as much as you'd like, as much as feels right. Similar to Warrior 2, allow your left or your front foot, your left foot, to be a leader to the right foot. Use that power and that struggle and send it back to that right foot. Imagine your right foot is planting evenly and solidly into the earth. See if you can bend just a little more. And then on your next exhale, drop that right palm to the outside of your left foot and start to open that right shoulder open to the left. Open up your left arm, send it to the sky. Feel that twist. Square your hips. Use your right palm to really press into that twist. Try to allow your stance to be as narrow as can be. For 3, for 2, and 1. Bring both hands down. Stand all the way up. And we will do the second side. Bring your hands back behind you, grabbing opposite elbow, or allow both of your palms to face one another. From here, feel solid in your stance, and then step your left foot back this time. Allow your hips to square towards the front of your space. Hinge at your hips. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Breathe. Enjoy this stretch. Allow your left foot this time to be empowered by the right foot. Allow your front and back foot to work together. On your next exhale, come up just a little, bringing that left palm to the inside or outside of your right foot. Use that leverage in your right palm to open up your right shoulder to the right side of your space. Send your right hip back if you can. Feel this stance being as narrow as possible. For 3, for 2, and 1. Come on back. And we will cycle through a vinyasa. Inhale, lift your arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands. Cycle through a vinyasa of your choice. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back. Downward facing dog. Left foot plants, right leg lifts. Open up that right hip. Feel that length on the right side. Ooh, press your hands evenly and send it back to the length of the right tippy toes. And exhale, step it through. Left, come up on the ball of your left foot. Rise on up, high crescent lunge. We'll hang out here just for a minute. Feel that right angle in your front leg. The right angle at your hip and your torso. And then we'll come back just slightly. And bring your hands to heart center. Left elbow comes to the outside of your right knee. Bring your hands to heart center. Twist to the right. Look up towards the sky. And exhale, plant your hands to the outside of your front foot. Step your right foot back to meet the left. Cycle through a vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Right foot plants this time, left leg lifts high in the sky. Open up that left hip. Feel all of that juicy length on the left side body, the left IT band. And then step that left foot through this time. Stay up on the ball of the right foot, arms come up, high crescent lunge, second side. Breathe. Feel that stretch in your right hip flexor. Shoulder blades down, away from the ear. Stretch it back, look back. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Left elbow to the outside of the left, right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Twist to your right side. Come down to the knee if necessary. Enjoy that twist. Come on out of it. Left leg steps back. Exhale, vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back. Downward facing dog. Come on down to all fours. Knees wide, hips back. Child's pose. Thank your body for getting us this far in today's practice. Turn over onto our back, supine position. So bring your feet into tabletop position. Feel that strong core. Try to get your knees over your hips. Feel that weightlessness and strength of your lower body. And then tuck your tailbone under so you can feel that lower belly on the earth. And then bring your hands back behind your head and we'll come into some bicycles. So strengthen or lengthen one leg at a time and tap opposite elbow. Kind of go at your own pace a little bit slower. Make sure you're breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. We'll start to speed up. Speed up. Keep speeding up. My dog's attacking me. We'll go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Move your knees from side to side. Come on back into that arms behind the head. This time, straighten your feet up towards the sky. Have the soles of your feet facing up. And then we'll tap opposite feet. We'll start off kind of leisurely. Touch opposite feet. We'll go 10, 9, 8, you got it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Come to a laying position. And from here, we'll strengthen our side body. So bring your feet to touch the bottom of your butt, if you can. And then remember I was telling you about your lower back being your tailbone tucked under so your lower back is on the earth. We're just going to tap side to side and just try to imagine that tailbone is just working its way to be flat on the earth. At the same time, your side body is getting strong. For 3, 2, and 1, release. Similar to how we were doing on those ankle grabs, your heels come back towards your butt. Press your feet into the earth. And then really feel that front body strengthening and the bottom of your back body strengthening as well. Using both together. Maybe lift one foot up and then down. The second side, lift up and down, and then come all the way back down to the earth. And then we'll come up to seated. If you already know that you would like to do bridge, you can just keep doing bridge. If you'd like to try wheel, we can do full wheel. So if you're doing another bridge or a shavasana, get started on that. If you'd like to try a new way to get into wheel, come to seated like you're just chilling, and then lift your hips, and then we'll do one side. So take your right arm around. Just do that exercise on both sides. Switch sides. The next time you get your left palm over to the side to plant, your right arm will swing up, back, turn that left palm, and fall back into bridge. For 3, 2, and 1, come on back down. We'll do one more round of bridge. So if you want to do that same side, that same method, come along with me. So plant your left palm, your right arm comes up and around, hips come up. Second, so plant your left palm, swing your right arm around at the same time your hips are coming up and around. Switch sides, right hand plants, left arm comes up, hips lift. This time, twist your wrist around and come into full wheel. For 3, 2, and 1, release. And exhale. Take all that practice we just did and let it go. From here, we'll begin to cool down. So just sway your knees from side to side. Maybe come into supine twist. Lift your head, lift your hips up. Send your hips over to one side of your choice. Let your knees drop to the opposite side and look over the opposite shoulder, coming into a nice twist. Doesn't have to be super complicated. Just allow gravity to run its course. We've already done the work. There's no place else to be. And we'll do the second side. So bring that right hip back down to rest. And then plant your feet. Lift your hips back up. Send them over to the opposite side. Let your knees fall away from your hips and look over the opposite shoulder. Really just any sort of passive twist you can do here will do. Just surrender to the moment, the here, the now, and release. We'll come back through center and let both feet come out long. Relax your shoulder blades. Let your arms fall to the side. Blink your eyes closed. Inhale through the nose. Allow the belly expand like a balloon. Exhale, press it. Exhale, release. Exhale. And just allow yourself to fall away into the moment. We've swept our garden so well. Now it's the easy part where we get to enjoy the fruits of our labor. Be present here in the moment. I'll guide us out when it's time. If your eyes were blinked closed, go ahead and slowly open them. Begin to look around the room. Find some movement in your hands and your feet, your ankles. Move your head side to side. Roll over onto either side and rest. Press yourself back up into a seat, sweeping the garden, making the most of these two hands, these 2 feet. Bringing compassion first and foremost to ourselves and sharing that with our community. With that, bring your arms up and overhead. Sweep your garden up one last time for tonight. Bring your arms to heart center. And thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your time, and thank you for practicing with me. Let me know in the comments what you liked about today's practice, and let me know what you would like to see more of.